soon as that ball goes in, well, you've got to turn and get in there quickly.
Foul is called on number 23, T.R. Dunn. Dunn, 6'4", in his 6th year in the NBA from Alabama. Teams up with Hanslick at the guards. Played a minute and a half, and the Celtics haven't scored yet, and they've had 3 turnovers.
Dunn's good defensive player, and as we said a moment ago, leading the team in rebounds, which is good for him, but bad for the team, by the way.
Yes. Ainge missing from outside. Hanslick, bullet pass. Now, we've played a minute and 50 seconds. We've had 2 points scored. We've had what, Ray Perry? 5 turnovers in the game so far.
Well, when you play run and gun and schoolyard basketball, this is not unusual. In other words, you tend to get a little careless.
T.R. Dunn hits the layup to give the Denver Nuggets a 4-0 lead. 9:50 to go in the first quarter. The Celtics haven't scored yet.
Hanslick is the kid who came over from
Bird is on rebound.
In exchange for David Thompson, which Robert Parrish kept them off on the board and off the schneid. Hanslick is a good defensive player, not that good a shooter from outside.
We had a foul in low called on the Celtics.
Danny Ainge, I believe.
It is. It's Ainge's first, the team's first. And called in the act of shooting, so Hanslick will shoot 2 for the Denver Nuggets, leading 4-0 here. 9:26 to go first quarter. Celtics haven't scored. We've 4-2 rather. The Celtics scoring just a moment ago on the Paris jump shot. But they've been able to score only 1 hoop in the first 2.5 minutes. One more for Hanslick, and it's 6-2 Denver. Buckner. Parrish as they try to work the bounce pass to Bird, picked off by Kiki Vanderway. And in the corner, it's T.R. Dunn for Denver.
The anticipated letdown on the part of the Celtics is here and very much in evidence. Again, they're still going about 17 feet out for that jumper.
He fills it up, 8-2.
Yeah, he puts it to the floor so well that I suppose if you're going to give him anything, you would prefer to give him the outside shot. But I'll tell you, you don't want to do that too often either, because he develops the hot hands. He'll keep it going from out there.
Bird missing the shot. Celtics were not there for the rebound. Denver had good position. English dishing off to Whistle. Tried to bank it. Ainge picking up the rebound. Bird, the Celtics at 3-on-3. Jump pass to Ainge. He's stuck on the baseline. Finds Buckner at the foul line. Way off the mark.
Well, as I say, this type of game where, you know, neither team is focusing that much defensively. Denver, by nature, do this. The Celtics.
Bird, offensive rebound.
That's where they should hurt them eventually, because that front line simply isn't that strong on the board. But the Celtics will get lulled into
steal by Bird.
Careless errors.
Ahead to Buckner, the left-handed layup. Well, he controls his body beautifully on something like that.
He sure did that time. He anticipated the pressure from the inside, and he just switched the ball to the outside hand and put his butt in the guy's face, protected the ball, and gave him the shot as well.
Vanderway makes it 10-6 Denver. Celtics down by 4, early going, 7.5 minutes to go first quarter.
What happens, too, other than getting careless in this type of run-and-shoot game is defensively, you also get careless with the ball. In other words, the ball possession all of a sudden doesn't have as much value, you know, in the minds of the players as it normally would in a game that's tight and tough, where you know that the opponent is going to dig in defensively, and you might have some trouble coming up with the shot you're looking for. When you know you're going to get whatever shot you want each time down, they say your tendency is to get a little careless with the passing as well.
All right, Denver with the basketball. Dan Issel has it slapped out of his hands by Buckner. Here comes Bird. Ahead of the pack to Buckner for a layup. Well, he got out of there in a hurry, didn't he?
Yeah, and I'm glad to see Quinn get it. He set up the play, came over from the blind side, and just caught Issel by surprise.
Issel now to Alex English. He is averaging a cool 30 points a game. 52.5% from the floor. 84 from the foul line. Parrish has it slapped away. Bird measures. On the miss. Ainge the rebound. Danny puts it up and no good. Maxwell gets it. Celtics are dominating their own board. The second time, third time they've had 2 and 3 shots at it. Hanslick from the corner. It's 14-10. 6:05 to go in the first quarter. Get out your writing machines, folks.
Yeah.
We're going to need them tonight.
Well, Jeff, you could save on this electricity bill. Don't turn the 24-second clock on tonight. Won't need it.
Buckner anticipating Bird cutting to the basket. Celtics take a timeout with 5 minutes and 50 seconds to play. Here in the first quarter, it's been run up and down the floor. Right now, it's Denver 14-10. This telecast is presented by authority of the Boston Celtics and WBZ TV Sports. It is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Boston Celtics Basketball Club and WBZ TV is prohibited. All right, substitution for Denver. Hanslick is out. Billy McKinney is in. They go low to Whistle for the back door. Rick Roby in for the Celtics along with Kevin McHale replacing Parrish and Maxwell.
Glenn Gondrezick is in for Denver as well. 6'6" power forward, big strong kid, not a good shooter, but he'll work on the D.
Gondrezick is in replacing Vandeweghe. From outside, McKinney. 18-10, Denver. Buckner ahead to Bird. Is fouled by Gondrezick. Celtics are 5 for 16 from the floor. Denver 7 out of 14.
McKinney, pretty good shooting guard, knocks in that 15-footer. Here come the South right back at him. Gondrezick trying to get back into position, but as you can see, having a little trouble doing it, and he's got to grab and clutch.
One back on the release.
Bird missing the front end of the two-shot foul. 83.5% free throw shooter, averaging 25 points a game. He's had a spectacular run in the last couple of weeks of 30-point games.
McKinney didn't play the last game. He picked up about 16 stitches in his lower lip in the Washington game on Thursday, so he's been out. He's their playmaker. Although I think the fact that they have such a low shooting percentage for such a high-scoring team means they're probably not running a break effectively.
Ainge
Probably relates to McKinney's not being that good a playmaker.
coast to coast. Danny Ainge did all the work. Got the rebound and went back. And on the other end, McKinney misses the shot. The rebound is missed. A loose ball foul is called. Oh, it's going to be one of those nights.
Dan Issel is pleading for a two-shot call. He claims he had control of the ball when he was fouled, which would send him to the line, as opposed to only the second team foul, which would make it a non-shooting foul.
There it is.
There's the shot. You're going to see Issel go up. Well, we didn't see the end of it. He might have had a point. I think he did have control of it.
The foul was on Ainge, his second. We get it in low as Roby cut in front of Rich Kelly, who has checked into the game for Denver.
Rich
and Roby picks up the foul.
A backup center in this league for a lot of years. I think he's been with about a half a dozen teams. Does a pretty good job as a backup center.
Legitimate 7-footer, 240 pounds from Stanford.
He can face it also. So both their centers can shoot from out.
McKinney, 20-13 Denver. Celtics getting caught up in this racehorse basketball. McHale on the miss, the rebound by Denver. McKinney. Now Alex English. Glenn Gondrezick. Kind of stumbling through the middle.
Gondrezick is not an offensive threat, but he does work hard.
With a block shot, it's out of bounds off McHale. Kevin's 51st block shot of the season.
Fourth in the league. He's averaging 2.4 a game. There it is. Kelly brings it into him, and that's really not the thing to do when you're being guarded by McHale. You've got to protect it a little bit.
Roby on Kelly. Now you're looking at Alex English. Floats to the hoop. Former South Carolina player. The rebound tipped out to Bird by Buckner. Back to Bird, and the give and go from Ames. Very nice.
Good job by Larry, kicking it off about 16 feet away, allowed Ainge, the guard, to make the play and get it back to him with still enough time.
Roby tipping to Ainge. Down court to McHale. Swoops in for two. 20-17. Celtics are within 3. And Denver calls for a timeout. 3:10 to go in a racehorse first quarter here at Boston Garden. Right now it's the Denver Nuggets leading by 3. It is Denver 20 and the Celtics 17. Play back in here at the Garden. The Nuggets lead the Celtics by 3, 20-17. Vanderway back in, trying to go over McHale, and he does. Right now, Denver, Doug Moe substitutes freely, has McKinney and Hanslick at the guards, Vanderway and Gondrzak up front, Kelly in the middle.
Good job by Kiki. You won't see him taking too many bad shots. Plays a lot like his dad. For those of you over 35 or 40 out there, you might remember Ernie Vanderway.
I remember him.
Yeah, his son plays a great deal like him. Heady player, good defense, good shot selection.
McKinney, boy, I tell you, he tossed one up.
That's 3 for 3 for Billy McKinney since he came into the game. He'll push that ball up quickly, too. Put a little more additional pressure on the defense to get back.
Loose ball foul is called by Ed Rush. Going the other way, the foul is on the Celtics, on Rick Roby. That's his second personal foul. By the way, as you look at the Denver Nuggets, there's nothing wrong with your set. Those are the colors of their uniforms. Blue, yellow, red, orange, green. Looks like sort of the NBC peacock exploded. Kelly on the baseline trying to work it in low to Gondrzak. It'll come back the other way.
Well, I don't know. I saw Denver early in the Hall of Fame game last year, and I made a note to myself and said they're not going to win 12 games all year, and they won 46.
That's
and
right.
To tell you the truth, it's still early, but from what I've seen, you know, with the Celtics playing as badly as they are, I still don't see how they're going to win 20 games this year. But however, strange things happen. You can't really make those kinds of judgment based on, you know, quick observation of one game.
McKinney's 4 for 4, and the Nuggets lead by 9, 26-17. Buckner trying to get it to Bird on the baseline. Larry having a cold night so far tonight. McKinney pushes it up in a hurry. Vanderway. Rebound tip to Ainge. They got that shot off in 5 seconds. Ainge all the way to the foul line. They don't...
That's probably high for them.
They don't...
Roby takes them outside.
They don't really specialize in defense, do they?
Yeah, I think we've...
Wow.
We've mentioned that a few times, but they just ignore the D. And what happens, too, Vanderway rushed it that time a little bit. With good position, though. Hanslick got him the ball inside. What happens...
Call him McHale.
There it is. Yeah, good protection of the ball by Vanderway with his body. Again, he, I think, was aware that Kevin was behind him. What happens is, you know, the big offensive display every night without the defense is the first part of the year when teams are digging in. Chances are they're not going to do as well in the second part of the year. They won their last 11 games at home, for instance, last year. You know, when teams lock in their playoff positions and maybe let down, get a little fatigued or whatever. Now, if they continue to run and shoot this well, you know, they're going to show more results in the second half of the season.
Nice work by Roby. Nice work by McHale, and he's fouled. I'll have McHale at the foul line.
Celts can dominate that offensive board this consistently about any time they make up their mind to it, tell you the truth. Because Kelly is really not a factor on either board, despite the fact that he's 7 feet. Gondrzak, as I say, will fight you, but he's still only 6'6". And with Kevin, Roby, and Bird in that front line, why Celts pretty much, as I say, can control it whenever they make up their mind to do it.
One more free throw for Kevin McHale. He makes them both. It's 27-21. The Nuggets' biggest lead has been 9. The Celtics have never led in this game. McKinney now Hanslick. We have 33 seconds to go in the first quarter. Hanslick comes up short with it, right into the arms of Kelly. Back to Hanslick, and now Gondrzak. 29-21, Denver by 8 points with 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. Buckner with McKinney on him. McKinney 6 foot even, Buckner at 6'3". Larry Bird, 8 seconds on the clock, running left-hander for 2. 29-23, McKinney from half court. Tell you what, he had his deflection was okay, the range was off. We've come to the end of the first quarter at the Garden. In a wild run and shoot job, it is the Denver Nuggets leading by 6. Denver 29, the Celtics 23. Gil Santos and Bob Cousy at the Garden after one quarter, 29-23 Nuggets. Celtics 10 of 27, only 36% shooting in the first quarter for the Celtics. Nuggets 13 of 27 for 46%. 8 Boston turnovers, 5 for Denver. Bird with 7 points, McKinney with 8, the leading scorers in the game. English, who's averaging 30, only has 2 points. Starting the second quarter, we have McKinney, Hanslick, Vanderway, Issel, and Kelly for Denver. For the Celtics, it's Gerald Henderson and Tiny Archibald at the guards, Roby in the middle, Bird and McHale up front. What a great job both Henderson and Archibald had the other night against Philadelphia.
He's got Kelly and Issel in there together. I think he noticed that he needed a little additional help on the board, so he's got the 6'10" Issel and the 7 foot.
I don't know what
Kelly, who's normally the backup center, playing at the same time.
Ed Rush called a foul on Tiny Archibald. No, on Larry Bird. His first. All right, Kelly. Now Hanslick. We go low to Kelly. And it's 31-23 Denver. Celtics trailed by a whole bunch last year here against these Nuggets. Now Tiny is fouled by Bill McKinney. 2 number 7s playing each other. But the Celtics trailed by a whole bunch early in that game and came back to win it.
Yeah, it is. Tiny pushes it up floor quickly. Just an individual move here. He's looking to roll in when he gets Kinney on the outside, but then he spotted the big guy, and by then he got fouled.
All right, Archibald. We got McHale posting Kelly. Kevin does not hit the turnaround. We're going to get a loose ball foul on Denver's Dan Issel. He's been around a long time. This is his 13th professional year. Played at Kentucky. Original member of the Kentucky Colonels of the ABA.
He's never been in.
Birds, backdoor.
Oh, good job. Fine pass by Roby. Bird just backdoored along the baseline, and timing had to be just right on that. Roby ran the fastball sort of.
Hanslick off the glass, 33-25. You're going to say about Issel?
Yeah, he's never been an imposing center in terms of blocking the middle, defense, and rebounding, which is what you normally look for out of your big man, and that's one of the reasons why they haven't contended really, even when they had the good teams, Bobby Jones, David Thompsons, etc.
Downtown.
Ooh, Henderson.
Gerald Henderson buries one from downtown, and the Celtics are back within 6. Issel.
But what he will do is
put the ball in.
Finish the thought. Yeah, absolutely. Put the ball to the floor. Good, smart player. He won't overpower you defensively, but he's there. You've got to contend with him. He just doesn't have the physical talent to block shots and, as they say, be a real force on the backboard. But he doesn't hurt you either in those opponents.
Well, his career average as a professional is 23.6 for a career. That's not bad. All thrown away, but it's off the Celtics. 10-10 to go in the first half. The Celtics are down by 6, 33-27. Denver coming in with a reputation as a club that scores a lot of points and fires away at will. Certainly not doing anything to damage that reputation. Rich Kelly on the baseline. He was a starting center last year for Phoenix. Came over here for a #1 draft choice to Denver. Archibald, off-balance shot. 8-point deficit Boston. McKinney behind the back. Throws it almost away. Vanderway on the pickup.
Tiny was expecting the defensive pressure that time. Instead of getting it, the guy stepped away from him, and he was forced into an off-balance shot.
The Celtics call for a timeout. 9 minutes and 43 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. It's 37-27 Denver. Gil Santos and Bob Cousy back at the Garden. Play back in. Roby trying to go backdoor to McHale, knocked away. The Nuggets have their biggest lead of the night right now, 10 points. Hanslick looking to make it 12. Does not. Bird has the rebound.
Well, Celtics better get it in the second gear before too much longer. It's fine to, have a little letdown because of the intensity of the Philly game and go out against Denver and run and shoot and have some fun. But I'll tell you, you can make up points quickly against Denver, but while you're making them up, they're going to keep scoring too, so.
Roby, good work off the offensive board, but a foul has been called on Rick Roby, and a loose ball foul, his third of the game.
There it is. This is with the inside position. Well, it looked like he went straight up.
Issel wheeling in for the hook shot. 39-27, Denver by 12, their biggest lead. Roby on the feed from Henderson, but McHale is there to tip it in. 39-29, 8:46 left, first half. McKinney through the middle. ML Carr getting set to come in for the Celtics.
10 points for McKinney now. Kid's been tough.
Tiny weaving his way through.
But as you can see, again, the lack of defense on the other end. He just let Tiny walk into the basket pretty much that time.
Issel fires away. My goodness.
Well, they'll match you shot for shot.
McHale. I mean, they don't even play anything that resembles defense. The 43-33. They can shoot, though. My goodness. 43-33, a 10-point lead for Denver. 8 minutes to go in the first half. Issel comes weaving down the lane. A foul is called on Rick Roby. He's got 4 of them now, and he's going to have to go out. ML Carr comes in to replace Roby. That'll put McHale in the middle. Now McHale will be playing Issel.
Bill Fitch going to his bench early here, and probably a good idea because, as we've mentioned, there is a little bit of a letdown on the part of the regulars. The second unit probably will work a little bit harder at it.
Bird leaving it for
Early
Carr.
on,
Back
yeah.
to
Good
Bird.
job.
Beautiful. Beautiful job. ML Carr and a dandy feed to Larry Bird. 43-35. Celtics down by 8 points. Hanslick. Now McKinney. They've had the ball 10 seconds and haven't shot yet. Now Issel. Boy, he fills it up.
Well, he likes that outside shot, doesn't he? But as I say, he'll put it to the floor if you go out on him. It's just that the white shirts haven't been going out on him too much up to now.
That's 12 points for Dan Issel in the game as Denver holds on to a 10-point lead with 7:23 to go in the first half. Archibald, McKinney runs into a pick. Tiny is open. Around and out, tipped in. Who got that, McHale or Carr?
McHale.
McHale tipped it in.
All right. They're going to figure out pretty soon that perhaps they should box Kevin off the boards. He's formidable, even when you're boxing him, but when you let him walk to the backboard, then he really...
Another block for McHale, his second of the game. Ahead to Archibald. Tiny weaves in. Nice. 45-39. The Celtics are within 6 points right now. And Denver wants a timeout. So the Celtics come bouncing back. Couple of fast break hoops, some strong defense. 6:47 left to play in the first half at the Garden. Denver 45, the Celtics 39. Gil Santos and Bob Cousy at the Garden. 45-39 Denver, and the Nuggets have T.R. Dunn and Hanslick at the guards. Issel at center. Vandeweghe and English are the forwards. Celtics, Henderson and Archibald. McHale in the middle. Carr and Bird up front. McHale, his third block shot, but Ed Rush calls him for a foul.
I don't think he might have got ML Carr from behind rather than McHale, but McHale sure gave him a shot as well. Was it McHale?
Yeah, the second one. Oh, Kiki Vandeweghe shooting 2. He has 7 points as he stands in there. Issel has 12, McKinney 10. Bird with 11 for the Celtics.
Good free throw shooter, too. He's shooting 82%, but the whole team. Yeah.
They're averaging 80% from the foul line.
I haven't checked, but that may be high in the league.
Best in the league. 47-39, the 2 free throws. by Denver, giving them an 8-point lead with 6.5 minutes to go in the half. Henderson squeaking by English, and a beautiful job by Gerald.
It's amazing. They simply, they don't make an effort to stop the man.
You're right. They don't even make an effort.
It's incredible. Like that one. English was in position. He could have moved the feet and tried to make it a little tougher, at least, for Gerald to get in there, but just gave up the layup.
English on the miss. The rebound by Dunn. And now McHale steals it away to Bird. Celtics are 3-on-1. Tiny. Blocked. Tiny picks up the ball. The block by Vanderway. The shot by Henderson is missed. English has it stolen from behind by Tiny Archibald.
Tiny hasn't done that too often over the years, taking it away from a 6'8" smooth forward.
Celtics are within 4 right now. English. Now Hanslick, and they swing it to Issel. Back to English on the baseline. He hits one. 49-43.
Only his second hoop. As we told you, he's third in the league and scoring with 30-point average a game.
Larry Bird averaging 25 points a game even now.
Larry is 7th in the league. By the way, Dan Issel is 8th in the league in scoring. He's averaging 20.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
The tip in. No, the rebound Bird again. Bird still battling for it. Doesn't come away with it. This time Vanderway has it. 6-point lead Denver. 49-43. 5 minutes to go in the half. The run and gun show. Ball nearly tore ML's head off on the pass by English. Foul is called on Carr. Celtics 15 foul. That'll put Denver at the line.
Good job of passing by Denver that time. A little give-and-go move. Vanderway was on top. He hit English in the corner, and just as he passed it, he went through the middle and got a step on ML. And they tried to get the ball back to him, but he was fouled before. Bird is going out. Max coming back in.
Vanderway certainly comes from interesting bloodlines. His father, of course, as Bob mentioned, Ernie Vanderway, played with the New York Knicks, went on to become a doctor. His mother is Colleen K. Hutchins, Miss America. And his uncle was Mel Hutchins, who played with the Fort Wayne Pistons.
Mel was excellent basketball player in the NBA. Good mobile forward. Tell me he's a scratch golfer.
Pass intercepted by English and restolen by Carr, and a foul is called on ML Carr. That is the second. That'll send T.R. Dunn to the line.
Here's Dunn trying to get away from the traffic here. ML and Henderson both laying a little pressure on him. Almost gets a piece of it. ML, one of his strengths is his ball hawking and stealing. He stays very low to the ground for a guy his size, and he's got good quickness, long arms, and good anticipation. He'll play off the man as opposed to giving him a lot of pressure when he doesn't have the ball, kind of trying to lull the passer into a little complacency, and then times it extremely well.
Denver had been 7 of 8 from the line until Dunn missed. He hits that one, so it is 52-43. Denver has built its lead back up to 9 points. They've had a 5-point run here. Celtics had moved to within 4 at 47-43. Archibald, Henderson open, does not hit the jumper. Hanslick pushes it up for the Nuggets. The miss, Kelly the rebound, foul McHale. It's going to be his third.
This game is not progressing well. Here comes Hanslick looking for an opening there in the middle. Takes the big step. Is able to avoid Henderson, but he can't maintain his body control. Kelly bails him out, however, with a pretty good offensive rebound there. Yeah, I don't, the Celtics have had their moments, but they haven't Roby coming back from McHale. They haven't sustained him, and that worries me a little bit because it's once you develop this kind of tempo, I'll tell you, it's easy to keep it throughout the game. And, we've kind of put Denver down in terms of their defensive effort and their boards, but as we've also said, they're leading the league offensively, and, at some point, you've got to dig in and say, hey, let's stop this nonsense and play some D for about 8 minutes and put this thing away. And if you don't, Denver obviously is capable of continuing their onslaught and winning the game.
ML gets the hoop, cutting the 11-point lead back to 9. 4 minutes to go in the first half as T.R. Dunn skips into the front court for the Nuggets. Now Vanderway with Carr on him. Kiki and a whistle. We have a violation against the Denver Nuggets. Foul is on T.R. Dunn. It's only the third on Denver in this quarter. No, matter of fact, it's an offensive foul, so they remain with only 2 team fouls. Back to live action, Tiny Archibald. Looping to Rick Roby, who floats in for 2.
Again, a breakdown on the switching assignments. A little pick and roll, and Roby rolled, but no one picked him up.
Kelly, now Billy McKinney gets open. Can't leave him open, I'll tell you.
I don't know if he's
away.
missed. That's 12 points for Billy.
He's missed 2 shots, I think, yeah. 4 of their starters
in warm-up, maybe,
shoot free throws at over 80%. McKinney shoots over 80, 84%. Issel 86, Vanderway 82, English 84%. They're foul shooters. Here's a look at it.
There's Max trying to get it in there, and he's getting a lot of pressure from English, I guess.
3rd team foul on Denver, the 2nd on Alex English. 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go. First half, Celtics trail by 9. Still down by 9. Maxwell, the offensive board, knocked away. McKinney off on the wing to Gondrzak, who's checked in, and underneath for the layup by T.R. Dunn. And Denver has its 11-point lead back, its biggest of the game, equaling its biggest. Tiny Archibald all the way, blocked by Kelly.
Good defensive play that time by Rich Kelly.
Now McKinney. English. An assortment of moves. Kind of short-armed it. And Dunn comes out of the pack with the ball.
That's what he does well.
Celtics are not playing well at all.
No, they're not. They're not. And it would be a shame to get burned by this team because, as I say, 8 minutes a good deal. Do it. I'm sure Bill Fitch will point this out forcefully at halftime.
Gondrzak hitting, giving Denver a 13-point lead with 2 minutes and 25 seconds left to play in the first half. It is Denver leading by 13 right now at 60-47. Yeah, you heard it right. The Denver Nuggets are leading 60-47. They don't play much defense. It's obvious about that, but they sure play offense. I tell you, they are just filling the basket up tonight. Ray Perry is quickly working on statistics for us. He's going to wear out both hands trying to keep stats on this team.
What's strange is they're the highest scoring team in the league, and yet they have one of the lowest field goal shooting percentages.
Yeah.
Last year they led the league with 52% from the field. This year they're 47, which is in the bottom 4, I believe. So, you know, you wonder how that can happen. As we were saying, I think a little
Sheer
earlier,
volume.
it's just a matter of volume. Yeah, just keep shooting them up there. Now, don't worry too much about shot selection. That theory is fine if they were turning over fast break baskets. And from what I've seen so far, you know, McKinney is not a bona fide playmaker. He's looking for his opportunities. And this is probably why they're not reflecting a better shooting percentage from the field. They're not getting that many fast break baskets. It's mostly from outside.
Our next Celtics telecast, by the way, will be on Saturday night, this coming Saturday, when the Celtics play the Hawks at the Omni in Atlanta, Georgia. 7:30 game time right here on WBZ TV today's score. So far in the first half, Denver's hit 25 out of 46 shots. That's 56%. The Celtics are 22 out of 50, 44%. 11 Boston turnovers, 6 for Denver, but Denver's taken advantage of the foul line. They've outscored the Celtics by 6 from the floor, but they've outscored them by 7 from the foul line. 22-20, the Celtics lead in rebounding. Issel with 12, McKinney with 12, Vanderway with 10 for Denver. Bird with 11, McHale with 10 for the Celtics.
Boston tightened up their ball handling. They've had trouble all year long, I think, in terms of being a little careless with coming up with too many turnovers. Bird hits one out.
Bird posting up low on Gondrzak, and it's 60-49 with 2 minutes to go in the half.
So they tightened it up against Philly. I think they only had about 21 TOs against Philly, but tonight they've gotten back into the bad habits. Easy to do in this kind of a game, as we pointed out.
Kelly on the miss, Gondrzak on the rebound. Now Issel open, who can hit from there, obviously. 62-49. Denver by 13.
10 points for Issel in the quarter, 14 and a half. Most
Bird
of them from outside, as you've noticed.
gets it low to Maxwell, and Gondrzek commits the foul.
Fine touch for a man his size. Smooth touch, good release. As I say, he prefers the outside shot, and that's one of the difficulties we were talking about. You really don't want your center, 17 feet from the basket. You want him in there muscling. Almost comes up with the steal.
Maxwell all the way through, misses the left-handed layup. Minute and 25 to go in the half. The Celtics are down 13. Issel gets it back to McKinney. Now T.R. Dunn. Issel wide open, measures and misses. The tip in, no. Rebound tip to Archibald. The Celtics are 3 on 2. Ainge on the cut, on the feed. The car. Nice job by Danny Ainge and Tiny Archibald. And the dish off to ML.
Danny Ainge played a little turtle there on that pass.
Down court pass. Bird to Ainge. Waits. Does not draw the foul. And misses.
That was so easy. I think he fell asleep on it. Made a nice fake. Got Kelly up off his feet and just had to bank it in. But got a little careless.
62-51. Dunn. Now Issel. 45 seconds to go in the half. This is Gondrzek. The ball popped away. They've only got 2 seconds on the shot clock, and he traveled with it. Well, strong defense by the Celtics. Bird to put it in play. Does to ML Carr. It's 62-51 Denver. The Celtics have been down by as many as 13. Archibald gets it low to Maxwell, who wheels around Issel for 2.
Well, he missed the easy one, but made the tough one. Came back from that missed layup attempt a few seconds ago and made a tough baseline hook.
14 seconds to go in the half. Denver up by 9. Gondrzek. Now Kelly. McKinney. 7 seconds left. McKinney firing from downtown. Makes it 64-53, and the Celtics do not get another shot off. And the Celtics go off the floor at halftime here at the Garden, down by 11 points. So at the end of the first half, from Boston Garden, it is the Denver Nuggets leading Denver 64, the Celtics 53. Gil Santos and Bob Cousy back at the Garden, where the Celtics are down by 11 points at the half, 64-53. The Nuggets coming in averaging 121 points per game. Right now they're playing a little bit over that average. If they did the same thing in the second half, they'd end up with 128 points. Celtics were outscored 29-23 in the first quarter, 35-30 in the second quarter. And they will not be starting Robert Parrish in the second half. Robert, of course, is bothered by that bad left ankle. One of our younger Celtic fans. Isn't that cute?
He's ready. Go get him, Tiger.
I think it's a sheet, a little bow in the hair.
Go get it, Tiger.
The Celtics played, Parrish played so well and so long against Philadelphia on Friday night that Bill Fitch knows that he really played above and beyond the call of duty and needs a rest. So he's going to try to see if he can win this game tonight without relying too much on Robert.
A floating bone chip.
Yep.
Robert has in that ankle.
Celtics immediately putting some defensive pressure on, but Rich Kelly swoops in for 2. Celtics are starting Buckner and Archibald at the guards, McHale in the middle, Maxwell and Bird up front. Denver with Hanslick and T.R. Dunn, Kelly in the middle, Vanderway and English low. Shot missed by Maxwell. McHale controls. Ball slapped around. Kevin has it. Little jumper. Doesn't go in. The steal by Buckner, but it's out of bounds. Celtics are down by 13. And while 6 or 8 minutes of tough, hard-nosed defense could do it for them, they cannot afford to get down by 15 to 17 points here to this team.
No, this team will keep generating offense on you. So unless you complement your effort with the defensive posture that's necessary to make up the lead, it's just not going to happen, even here in Boston.
All right, Alex English hitting his first shot of the second half. Denver scores the first 2 baskets, and they're now up by 15 points. Buckner getting it in low to McHale. Back to Quinn, left open at the foul line, extended, and he hits.
The other thing that the Celtics should know by now, that it's all right for, you and I to talk about it and say, well, they got to pick it up and all this. It's not easy to do. It's not, we've
don't turn it on and off.
It's a game of changing momentum, but it has to be generated by your own effort. You can't simply call a timeout and, have the coach say, all right, let's go to work and have it happen. It just doesn't work that way.
The steal by T.R. Dunn. And it's a 17-point lead for Denver. 72-55, and Bill Fitch quickly calls a timeout. So with 10:20 left to play in the third quarter, the Denver Nuggets have come out fast. They lead by 17 points, 72-55. All right, play back in at the Garden. The Celtics down by 17. The crowd trying to get the Celtics revved up a little bit here. McHale on the turnaround from the baseline. And it's 72-57. Boston down 15.
Kevin's really about the only Celtic that's played up to his potential. He's worked hard on the...
Oh, good job defensively by Maxwell.
Worked hard on the backboard. He's done the job defensively, and he's chipped in with about 12 points.
Archibald wide open. Tiny floats it in, 72-59. 9:40 to go, third quarter. Hanslick the other way. Ball is out of bounds. And the Denver Nuggets have taken a timeout. 9 minutes and 38 seconds remain to be played now in the third quarter. Denver has called for a timeout. Their lead quickly cut down to 13 points from 17. Now we have a timeout on the floor right now. I want to remind you to be sure to vote for the Stop and Shop Celtic Player of the Game in any participating Stop and Shop. No purchase is necessary. If your ballot is drawn at a televised game, you'll win a $25 Stop and Shop gift certificate. And if it correctly names the Celtic Player of the Game, as chosen by Robert and by me, then you'll win a $100 Stop and Shop gift certificate instead. Also want to remind you, we'll be on the air Saturday night from the Omni in Atlanta, Georgia, when the Celtics meet the Atlanta Hawks. Sure, the Hawks are going to be primed for that one, Coos, where they got buried here last time.
Well, we've been talking enough about the intensity level of the Philadelphia-Boston game the other night, how Boston was waiting in the bushes for Philly to show up and repay the debt from an earlier game in Philly. But Atlanta's going to feel exactly the same way about Boston, and now that's going to be a battle.
And they're very tough down there. They play very, very tough at home.
Yeah, I was amazed to see the job that Philadelphia did on them a few days ago in Philadelphia. Yeah, but that was the same situation. About 4 days before, they had beaten Philly down in Atlanta.
Yes.
And on this level, just as we see a lackluster effort by the Celtics tonight as a result of a letdown, by the same token, when you get these guys' attention and get them upset, boy, and they come out and sustain it the way Boston did, for instance, the other night for 48 minutes, the results can be staggering,
Why do you think Doug Moe started Kelly in the second half instead of Issel?
Yeah, I noticed that. I'm not certain. Issel was very effective unless something happened at halftime.
All right, Hanslick. Alex English. Hanslick hits the deck as he tried to cut through the middle. Kelly. Now Kiki Vanderway just gets it away in time. Air ball to Bird. Up to Maxwell, who makes a great one-handed catch. Beautiful dish off, but it doesn't connect. Max picks up the loose ball and snakes in. Oh, nice work by Maxwell. 72-61. The Celtics have scored 6 unanswered points here on the Nuggets.
The old rubber man does it again. He squeezed his way through the pack for another couple.
Traveling on Kelly.
Kelly, Kelly's got a lot of weak spots. He cannot fight against this kind of defensive pressure that the Celtics all of a sudden are putting on now. I would think he'll go to Issel quickly.
Well, Bird right around Kelly. Doesn't get the two, gets his own rebound, doesn't get it. Gets another rebound. It's blocked. Bird is working overtime right now. Archibald. Around Vanderway. Good! Oh! Was that a dandy? That's poetic justice after the 2 tough shots that he missed. Watch this. He was determined.
He missed the 2 easy ones, but makes this very difficult shot going in. Vanderway gives him a little baseline, and he takes it and then sends it to the sky. Gets nothing but net. Picks up the foul.
Makes it a 3-point play. So the Celtics have now run in. They're down by 8 points. They've run in 9 unanswered points. They were down by 15 rather. No, they were down 17, yeah. They've run in 9 unanswered points. Great defense. Bird steals it.
Now he's calling it back. They can't hear the whistle, but Alexander's calling the play back. He still can't get anyone's attention. Finally, someone hears his whistle. Yeah, he had called a walk, I believe. Little conference with Ed Rush.
8:11 to go in the third quarter. It was 72-55.
He called
2 minutes ago.
Either a foul on Bird or a walking violation. I believe it was a walking violation.
Bill Fitch is beside himself. And I didn't quite get the interpretation. Another steal by Bird. There he goes. The Celtics are on a roll. They have scored 11 unanswered points. So with 8:05 to go in the third quarter, it's 72-66. Denver. All right, Celtics are down 72-66. They've had an 11-0 run in 2 minutes and 15 seconds of play. Gil Santos and Bob Cousy back at the Garden, where the Celtics have run off 11 unanswered points to cut the Denver lead from 17 to 6. They are playing swarming defense right now.
Yeah, there's not a great deal Denver can do about it either. They are working at it. As you can see, there's no continuity at all. They're having trouble passing from one man to the other.
4 seconds on the shot clock. Air ball. Dunn picks it up, misses the shot. Tip-in is missed. We've got 24-second clock. 24-second clock went off because it was an air ball. It didn't touch anything. And it has to touch the rim in order for the 24-second clock to reset itself.
When you get that kind of defense, see, they're passing it side to side. You've got to go inside with it, and this is where now Issel's lack of inside game hurts them. You've got to take it to the basket when you've got that kind of defensive pressure and pick up a foul out of it.
McHale on the miss. The rebound to Gondrzak. Billy McKinney now. Gondrzak on the right wing. Air ball again. McHale to Maxwell. They're 3-on-1. Archibald in the middle. Back to Max. Beautiful dish off by Tiny Archibald. A 13-0 Boston run.
A Charles Bradley dunk by Maxwell.
Vanderway.
Well, that's what
breaks
you got to
the
do.
run.
That's the only thing that'll break it. But I doubt whether it'll have that much effect.
Tiny. Coast to coast.
Yep.
Basket count.
Well, finally got the Celtics' attention, and they're paying the price.
Well, take a look at it again.
Tiny picks his way through the minefield. A lot of black shirts. Has no trouble with any of them. Throws up a nice soft job.
3-point play for Archibald. Celtics have outscored Denver 16-2 in the last 3.5 minutes. Spurred by their defense. Dan Issel gets it in low. Ball is out of bounds. Off Denver. Boston ball. Celtics are down by 3. 74-71. Ahead to McHale, but too far. Well, Bob, you said several times in the first half the Celtics have got to put on defensive pressure for 6 or 8 minutes and they'll be in good shape. And you are an absolute prophet, my man.
They'll have a 10-point lead if they continue this for just another 2 or 3 minutes. See, they've got that kind of strength. Denver is helpless, and it's not Denver's fault. They just don't have the weapons to deal with that kind of defensive pressure. They don't have the speed and quickness at any position, but it still takes a determination on the part of the Celtics to do it. 5 men to do what they're doing at the moment. They have trouble even getting the ball in bounds.
All right, Alex English, who was just checked in, It's McKinney and Dunn at the guards. Issel in the middle. English and Vanderway the forwards for Denver. As Dan Issel drops in a hook shot, and a 5-point Denver lead, 76-71. 6:08 to go in the third quarter. Denver led by as many as 17 earlier in this quarter.
They've gone inside twice, and that's the only 2 hoops they've gotten. If they've got any shot at breaking this thing, that's where they've got to go with
Buckner the rebound. On the missed shot by McHale. All right, Larry Bird goes right around Vanderway, is stripped of the ball, and it went off Larry's knee.
Well, he's saying he got a little skin along with it, and I think he's probably correct. Vanderway gave him a good swipe.
The steal in low by Buckner. Ball to the floor. Dunn. Now English. McKinney. Vanderway. Weak side rebound to Maxwell. Buckner pushing it up. Bird measures. Like a snowflake. 76-73. Celtics down by 3.
Oh, Billy McKinney, this is not the time to throw it behind your back, old-timer. Better keep it in front where you can see those guys in the white shirt. Nice hoop by Alex English for only his 8th point of the game.
5-point lead Denver. 5 minutes to go, third quarter. Celtics have come alive defensively here in this third quarter. Larry Bird has 20 points in the game right now. Archibald from downtown does not get the good bounce, and we're going to get a foul. Pushing off on Vanderway. He fouled Bird. First foul on Vanderway. The 3rd team foul on Denver. The Celtics have only 1 with 4:49 to go in the third quarter. All right. Celtics trailing 78-73. Tiny looking for Bird. The miss, and Gondrzak.
Wow. Bird got our cameraman.
In low, the block by Bird, and a jump ball is called. Yeah, our cameraman with a handheld camera, Mo Tate, banged into by Bird as Larry tried to go down the floor. There's Mo. He's all right.
Yeah.
He hit his head pretty good, but he's all right.
He was hurting a minute there momentarily.
All right, M.L. Carr will come in for the Celtics, replacing Cedric Maxwell.
A hazardous occupation out there.
Yes, sir. But Mo's a gamer. He'll be back. Gerald Henderson for the Celtics replaces Tiny Archibald. Okay, so the Celtics now have Henderson and Buckner at the guards, McHale in the middle, Carr and Bird up front. Jump ball coming between Dunn and Bird. And they'll jump it again. Dunn got it on the way down. Dunn is only 6'4", but he's a real leaper. As you look at Bill Fitch studying concentration, a real leaper, evidenced by the fact that he's the leading rebounder on the team. And the Celtics win the tip. Carr. They're 3-on-4 right now. ML takes the baseline. Boy, nice move by ML.
It spun him around. Turned him every way but loose, as they say. Really did a number on a much smaller man, McKinney. Good move by ML.
78-75. Alex English hits it. And it's 80-75. Denver back up by 5 points.
I'd say English is the only one that's got the potential to stem the flow here a little bit, because he does have pretty good speed and quickness and moves. So if there's someone they want to concentrate on, Alex is the guy to do it.
Bird on the missed shot was fouled by Vanderway, and Larry will be at the line to shoot two.
A little overreaction on the Bird fake, although he does that so well that it's easier said than done. Stay home and don't react to it. Once you leave your feet, he's going to come up with a foul out of it.
Larry's 21st point. He's scored 30 or more 3 games in a row. 22 points, and he's on his way to it again. 3:56 left third quarter, and it's 80-77. We're going to be up in the 120s easily in this one, or close to it. Dunn. Celtics playing really hard-nosed defense. Issel to the hoop. Blocking foul on McHale. That's his 4th personal foul.
See if they make it a shooting foul. Issel had a pretty good head of steam up. Got a little bit of an opening. Here it is. You can see he's got kind of a half a step to the outside. brings him back with the inside hand, actually trying to create the contact, and he was successful. He got the foul on the 2 shots.
Dan Issel.
Old Dan's an old fox, I'll tell you. That's part of what keeps him going so effectively is he's a very intelligent basketball player.
Just signed a big contract prior to the season. Gets 1 out of the 2. All right, Quinn Buckner for the Celtics. McHale all the way, but he is called for double dribble. I don't know who designed the Denver uniforms, but I'm not going to ask him to be my clothing expert. English misses the shot. And the foul is called an ML Carr. That'll be the Celtics' 3rd team foul. And the 3rd on ML Carr as well. Alex English is shooting 2. He's averaging 30 points a game. His high in the season is 45. He has 11 now. And Denver has a 5-point lead, 82-77. 7 minutes ago, it was a 17-point lead. The Celtics got it all the way down to 3. But Denver's pushed it back up to 6 now.
It's just a question of whether they maintain that defensive pressure. If they do, they can almost get themselves back to even by the end of the 3rd quarter. If they let down defensively.
Bird on the miss. McHale cannot control the rebound. English does.
Now Denver can get it right, back up as quickly as they've lost it, because they do shoot that well without defensive pressure. They will not do it with the kind of pressure the Celtics have laid on in the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Another rebound to Bird. ML all the way. No basket. Blocking foul is called on T.R. Dunn. So ML Carr will go to the stripe to shoot a couple.
Doug Moe is up, and I don't blame him. I think that call might have gone either way. Bruce Alexander underneath and a lot closer to it, so Celtics will certainly accept his gratuity there. Dunn seems to have established a position. That's the toughest call in basketball to make. It really is.
ML misses the first of his 2 foul shots. 1 more coming. ML averaging 3.5 points per game. Right now he has 8. Make it 9. 83-78. Denver by 5. Bird pressuring the ball. Billy McKinney from Northwestern. Now English. Nice move.
He's a player, old Alex.
7-point spread now for Denver. 2.5 minutes to go in the game. 3rd quarter, rather. Quinn Buckner. Nice bounce pass to Henderson through traffic. Gerald does not get the bounce. Ball is out of bounds. We'll have a... What are we going to have here?
I think it's a Celtic ball.
Right.
Issel tried to keep it alive. Couldn't get the handle on it. And I think kind of forced it out of bounds.
All right, ML Carr to put the ball in play for the Celtics. 2:22 left to go. 3rd quarter. Everyone jockeying for position. Henderson. McHale had the ball slapped away from behind by English. On the other end of a McKinney pass. McKinney was hot from there in the first half. Bird the rebound, knocked away and out of bounds by Dunn. Two minutes left to play in the 3rd quarter. Denver leading by 7. Celtics had a 13-0 run that got them back in the game. Beautiful drive by Henderson, but the basket doesn't drop for him.
Gerald does that so well. Long strides of his normally will take him by any kind of defensive pressure, and he maintains his control even when he gets close to the hoop, so he knows exactly where he's going, and his head is up, always ready to either pass off or take the shot depending on what opens up for him.
Bird goes out for the Celtics, and Cedric Maxwell comes in. T.R. Dunn goes out for Denver, and Bill Hanslick is in. Gerald shooting 2. Boy, he had a great game Friday night, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Came up with some key steals. Big hoops.
Gerald gets both of them. 85-80. The steal by Henderson. What a great
Oh!
Oh, my goodness. Sensational play by Gerald Henderson. 85-82. A defensive gem by Henderson. That's one you save for a highlight film.
Just outstanding.
McKinney.
Oh, that should trigger a response on the part of the rest of the Celtics.
McKinney from outside buries it. 87-82. Buckner. Now McHale on the baseline. Does not get it. Traveling on Vanderway. All right, the Celtics will put the ball in play. Henderson. Now 1 minute and 10 seconds to play. We'll have a replay of that Henderson piece for you in just a little bit. Buckner.
How about
foul
three
line?
times?
Good. 87-84. Celtics within 3. 57 seconds to play. I'll tell you what, it was that good, Coos.
Yep, send it right to the studio. Let him put it right in that highlight film immediately. That was an outstanding defensive play on Gerald's part. Kind of not lucky in terms of keeping it in play, but he was able to direct it, you know, and fortunately ML ready to scoop it up.
Hanslick dishing off to Vanderway, who banks it in.
That's a nice play by Kiki.
89-84.
Acrobatic move there.
35 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Celtics have come from 17 down, and Maxwell is fouled by Hanslick.
Celtics having a lot of success getting the ball inside now. Denver is fronting successfully enough, but they're not getting the weak side coverage over there quickly enough, and makes it a little tougher that way.
How you holding that, Ray Perry? Those statistical fingers ready to fall off yet?
He's already worn out 3 pencils.
Maxwell rolling the first one around and out. Max will get another. 29 seconds. 8 points for Cedric as he stands in. 29 seconds to play third quarter. 89-85, 4-point Denver lead. They led by 11 at the half and by 17 early in the third quarter on an 8-2 run. Then the Celtics came back and hit him with 11 straight points. And Vanderway loses the ball. Maxwell, what a play to Henderson, to Carr. Doesn't get a basket, but ML the rebound. Block.
Wow. Quite
Boy,
an exchange there.
McKinney to Issel, wide open. Going to come up short and going to get a loose ball foul on the Celtics.
Only the 4th team foul, however, so that will not go to the line.
On Buckner. Denver will put the ball in play with 3 seconds to play in the third quarter, and it's been a wild one with some sensational plays. Into McKinney for a left-handed hook. That's the end of the third quarter, and a dandy. Let's watch this Gerald Henderson piece of thievery here on the inbounds pass. Now watch what he does with it. Body control of a ballerina, and it results in a hoop.
Oh,
My goodness.
That's pretty.
After 3 quarters at the Garden, it's Denver 89, the Celtics 85. Gil Santos and Bob Cousy at the Garden. After 3 quarters, the Celtics have cut what had been a 17-point Denver lead to 4. Over the last 10 minutes and 20 seconds of the third quarter, the Celtics outscored Denver 30-17. Bird back in. Henderson and Archibald the guards. Maxwell and Bird up front. McHale the center. And Henderson the miss. The tip in Bird. He now has 24 points with 13 rebounds. Celtics within 2.
Celtics simply have to, obviously, continue to do what they've done in the last 6 or 7 minutes here. Defensively more than offensively. The offense will take care of itself.
Well, Issel with a hand in his face put it in anyway.
Issel breaks the string there. But, continued prominence from outside.
Hyde McHale. Celtics are trailing 4, 91-87. Henderson penetrates and is fouled on the way through. Denver has T.R. Dunn and Hanslick at the guard. Issel in the middle. English.
Henderson again with a good penetration. Hanslick, who was a defensive specialist, really can't stay with him. Hanslick's 6'7" and just doesn't have that kind of speed and quickness, but so he had to resort to simply grabbing him that time. Otherwise, he'd have given up two, but he may do so anyway.
All right, Henderson gets the first free throw. Kelly's in the middle with Issel and English up front for Denver. T.R. Dunn and Hanslick are the guards. Gerald gets them both. 91-89. The Celtics trail by 2 with 11 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the game. And it's been what we expected, a high-scoring, wild affair. English from the baseline hits the side of the backboard. That is in play, of course. They work it to Kelly, who kind of meanders toward the hoop. And we have...
That's the most passes they've ever made this year, by the way, and swinging the ball looking for the free man. Did you realize that? That's not in the stats either. But I bet it's right.
Foul is on Archibald, his first. Celtics first as a team.
5 guys actually came down a shot out there. I can't believe it.
Hanslick in the paint on the miss, and English a good job for 2. He's had a fine second half after a very poor first half. All right, Celtics trailing by 4, 93-89. McHale looking for help. Finds Larry Bird. 26 points for Bird.
Oh, Alex English is looking for a little help, too, on defense now on Bird, and he's not getting it.
Issel. Boy.
Soft touch will produce that kind of bounce on the rim.
Henderson all the way back through. Kicks it back out. All right, the Celtics now ready to regroup. Archibald into the hands of Kelly. 9:50 left in the game. Hanslick off to Alex English. Hanslick the tip in. Johnny on the spot. No, Denver shoots out by 6 now. As we have a break in the action. 9:42 left to play in the basketball game. The Denver Nuggets with a couple of hoops of now leading by 6. 97-91. Denver leading. Gil Santos and Bob Cousy at the Garden. Celtics shooting 46% so far in the game. Denver 55. Issel is 10 out of 15. Top shooter in the game.
Denver has won this year every time they've shot 50% or better from the field, I think. So
Bird wide open. Comes up short. McHale gets the loose ball and was fouled. Also got whacked in the mouth.
good break for the Celts here. Bird just didn't quite release that shot. He didn't get steal. McHale was able to save it and get an off-balance shot and a foul out of it.
Probably too wide open. He's not used to that. All right, McHale will shoot 2 with 9.5 minutes to play in the game. Kevin and Rick Roby have split the major portion of the centering duties tonight as Robert Parrish started the game, played about, what, 3-4 minutes, Coos? And sat down as Bill Fitch is trying to rest up his tender left ankle. All right, Hanslick, 97-92. Celtics down 5. Celtics have never led in this game, by the way. The steal by Henderson, and he is fouled by Hanslick as Gerald was ready to take off up the floor.
Well, obviously a very well-timed foul because Gerald was off to the races. Hanslick just won't let him go. Finally spins him down to the floor.
Smart foul, really, by Hanslick.
Oh, yeah. He saved 2 points. There was no one in front of Gerald. With his speed, he'd have just floated him.
Maxwell back to Henderson at the foul line. Tiny on the wing. All the way in. Oh, you knew he was going to make that one. 97-94. Down 3. 9 minutes to go. Hanslick pops it in.
Celts now being much more selective with their offense. They want to get it to the basket. They want to shoot layups with this kind of defensive pressure. You see what I mean?
Yep.
They just, they don't want to. They don't want to take even a 15-footer if they can get a layup out of it.
All right, down by 3 with 8.5 minutes to go. English with a soft touch. Hits the back of the iron, and a foul is called on Denver.
Yeah, when you're 7 feet and you push off, usually everyone in the play sees you. To begin with, when you're 7 feet, you shouldn't have to push you up.
Foul is on Rich Kelly, his 4th, and now Kiki Vanderway is back in for Denver, replacing Dan Issel. Danny Ainge will be coming in for the Celtics. 8:27 to go in the game. Celtics are trailing by 3 points. Tiny.
Celtics looking to go inside.
Tiny to the foul line. No. Rebound to Dunn. Hanslick looping it to Vanderway. Blocked by Maxwell. Great defensive play. They're 3-on-2, but the ball slapped away by Dunn.
T.R. Dunn, good defensive play. He stayed in pursuit and got a piece of it.
Traveling. English took steps. Now Ainge comes in, replacing Archibald. No, Henderson.
Sustained defensive pressure by the Celtics, having some fringe benefits as well in terms of getting Denver a little rattled. We saw Kiki take a bad shot or attempt to a moment ago, get it blocked, and Alex English take a few too many steps.
Bird floats in 2 more, and the Celtics are within 1. 99-98, 7.5 minutes to play in the game. Crowd very much alive here at the Garden.
Well, they're working at it defensively. There really isn't a great deal, despite the good shooters, that Denver can do about it. They just don't have the moves.
English does not get it. The rebound to Ainge, but a loose ball foul.
Yeah, Vanderway worked hard on that offensive board.
On Ainge.
Able to keep it alive. There's the English floating jumper that stays on that rim long enough.
Kelly blocked by McHale. That's his 3rd block of the game.
I'm surprised he took Issel out of there. I assume he wants to give him a rest, but he really has to have him in there.
Celtics lead. Larry Bird puts the Celtics ahead for the first time in the game. .7:08 left to play at the Garden. It is Boston 100, Denver 99. For the first time in the game, the Celtics are in front. 100-99 is Larry Bird. Hit about a 20-footer for his 29th and 30th points of the game. He now has 30 points and 14 rebounds. It is the 4th game in succession that Bird has scored 30 points or better. Ainge the steal to Bird. Celtics defensive pressure has been just sensational.
Offense is important, but defense wins the games for you, and we've just seen about as graphic a demonstration of that in the last 8 or 9 minutes by the Celtics.
Bird left-handed, no. Maxwell, offensive board. Bird the rebound again. Ainge to Bird, 2 more. 102-99, Boston. McKinney.
That's exactly what Boston wants, is the quick shot now, and especially the quick shot from outside. Although I'm not sure Denver can get it inside for the basket. That kid might, but even that, Issel, good offensive rebound there.
102-101, 6 minutes to play. Celtics came down from a 17-point deficit. Bird through the lane. Maxwell. Great play by Max. Super athletic effort there. 104-101. 5:45 left. Bird the steal. Lead pass to Maxwell. Say goodnight. I tell you, the old joint is jumping. 106-101. Boston.
Is it against the Blue Laws to make this much noise on a Sunday night?
Well, I tell you, they give you your money's worth, don't they?
They sure do.
Issel, and we have a foul called by
You can't imagine
Bruce Alexander.
how helpless a feeling this is for the Denver players to, you know, recognize that they're just blown. Well, 17, I think, at his highest point. But that there is literally nothing they can do about it. It's just a question of whether Boston decides to continue working this hard and come out of here with a 10, 15-point win.
Kiki Vanderway cuts the Celtic lead back to 3 points, 106-103. 5 minutes to play. Archibald sneaking in behind McHale. Gets it in low, but the ball is thrown away. T.R. Dunn on the steal. Dunn. Now English. Oh, Vanderway unmolested. Blocked by McHale and Maxwell. And we have a whistle stopping play with 4:46.
So it's been a while since there's been so much noise that you haven't been able to hear the whistles. This is the second time now. Ed Rush makes a call underneath against Denver, and it will be the 5th team foul, so it'll send whoever's fouled, Bird, it looks like, to the line.
Kiki Vanderway committed the foul, his 3rd. Larry Bird's at the line to shoot 2 for the Celtics. 4:46 left to play. Larry Bird,
he's been on a roll, hasn't he?
33 points. What's he got? 16 rebounds, Ray? 15 rebounds, okay. 34 points for Bird. His last 4 games, he scored 30 or more.
So he's been a bear on that offensive board, too.
Yep.
The second half, he's really kept it alive.
Issel. Tip in, no. Ainge comes away.
I'll tell you, never tap it when you can get it with 2 hands and gain control. C.R. Dunn did a good job getting into the basket. There he is. Now, he could have gone up with both hands and directed the layup in. Instead, he tried to tip it. And as a result, he blew 2 points.
Ainge was fouled by Dunn. Archibald goes out. Buckner comes in. There's Quinn. Danny makes it 109 to 103. The Celtics by 6. Archibald goes out with 11 points. 4.5 minutes to play in the game. Ainge hits both free throws. Celtics' biggest lead now, 110 to 103. And they're continuing to turn those defensive screws.
Yeah, the way they've got it going, they could come out of here with a 15 or 20 points win.
English on the miss. Bird another rebound. Ahead to Danny Ainge on the bounce pass to Maxwell. No basket.
Good play by Ainge. He had a thought about bringing it in himself. Bird led him nicely down floor. McKinney takes a position, and that opens up the lane for Max. Grabs a piece of his arm. Max usually, can absorb that foul and still make the shot.
2 free throws for Cedric Maxwell. 111 to 103. You know, it's not because we do the Celtics, or let me put that more personally, not because I do the Celtics games that I feel this way, but we see all the teams in the league. I just don't see any team ever play as unselfishly as the Celtics do.
No, without question. This has been their trademark for years. Obviously, when you don't have a strong team, and in the years where they've been down, an observation like that becomes, they say, somewhat meaningless, but that's always been a trademark of the great teams they've had, and certainly the 14 championship teams. Yep. That's been extremely important, and, residual effect from the Red Auerbach days, obviously. Red always demanded that of his players offensively. Hey, if you've, whatever shot you're thinking of taking, if there's an opportunity to create a better one for someone else, why, don't take that quick shot, but do whatever's required to try to turn up a better opportunity. That's, that becomes contagious. You get 1 or 2 guys thinking that way. We were talking earlier about Tiny's assists and having one playmaker who was willing to sacrifice himself. Pretty soon you've got 4 other guys doing the same thing.
All right, here's a quick stat from Ray Perry. With 10 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter, remember Denver ran in a quick 8-2 spurt to go ahead 72 to 55. The Celtics then went on a defensive tear and outscored Denver 11-0, and that keyed what is now a 9-point lead. Over the last 18 minutes and 5 seconds, the Celtics have outscored Denver by 26 points, 57 to 31.
Triggered by the defense and the rebounding.
Yep.
Early, they've come up with 2nd and 3rd and 4th opportunities on a number of occasions. They just decided to go to work. Now, people, an interesting point, people might, at home, and especially if not, you don't have to have competed on this level to relate to it, but they might say, well, why don't they do that all the time? Because
82 games a long
again,
time.
You're not dealing with machines.
Yeah.
It's not, no one goes into the office every day or whatever and performs at optimum level. They're going for the 3-pointer early
Missed
on,
it.
I'll tell you.
McHale, the sweeping board. Larry Bird, who's had another vintage Larry Bird night. Danny Ainge with T.R. Dunn on him.
In any event, you can do this, but you need the motivation. In this case, it was falling 17 or 18 points down.
Oh, Buckner sneaking in for the weak side rebound. 3:40 to play in the game. The Celtics lead by 9. Early in the third quarter, they were down 17. Bird around the McHale pick. Buckner foul line. McHale kept the ball alive. We've got a loose ball foul called on Kiki Vanderway. That'll send McHale to the free throw line.
And McHale had a good inside position. Vanderway was just sitting on his back and gave him a little nudge with the forearm as he went up.
Oh, Kevin is shooting 2. As he stands in, he has 15 points. We go with 11 rebounds. 113 to 103. Now Denver's only scored 39 points in this half. That's 64 in the first half. Celtics with a double-figure lead, 11 points with 3:20 to go. Dunn, now Issel, McKinney, English. Feeding off to Issel. That's a nice feed by English.
Yes, it was.
He's a fine player. Really good looking player.
Waited just long enough to draw Issel's man over to him, and then he was able to get it through to him.
Originally played with the Indiana Pacers, signed with Denver as a free agent, and ended up working out a trade. Bird on a bullet pass from Quinn Buckner.
Bird using that pick and moving without the ball very well to get himself free.
The steal by Buckner, picked up, however, by McKinney. The miss. Rebound to Buckner. Celtics are 3-on-2. Ahead to Ainge. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Great body control by Ainge. 118 to 105. Celtics by 13 points.
Buckner with that great anticipation almost had another steal.
Gondrazek coming in for Denver. Rich Kelly coming in for Denver. Alex English goes out. That's Gondrazek. 6'6", played at Nevada, Las Vegas. Now Issel goes out and Kelly replaces him.
Tough loss for Doug Moe, who's a heck of a nice guy, good coach, and whose owner expected him to win tonight for some strange reason, he was telling me. They've had a tough road trip already, only beating Cleveland, losing to Indiana and Washington, I believe, so this isn't going to help.
The steal by Kelly on alert play, and Bird steals it back. Buckner all the way. 120 to 107, 2:10 to go. Now the Celtics really put on a defensive clinic in that third quarter once they got down by 17. Dunn misses the shot, but he was fouled by Bird.
Well, when you've got the power, you've got to use it in a 48-minute game at some point. Dunn here just makes up his mind he's going to take it into the basket. Goes by Danny and then meets up with Mr. Bird underneath. A little bit of a collision.
Ainge goes out. He's replaced by Henderson. Two shots for T.R. Dunn.
I'll tell you, it's awfully frustrating to have a bigger win, and for Denver it would have been a humongous win, as they say. You know, a bigger win within your grasp. As I was saying a moment ago, very frustrating win also for the coach. But the Celtics earned it. They earned the deficit when they got up to 17, and, and they earned the reward when they worked pretty much now from about midway through the third quarter, I'd say, and they were able to sustain it throughout the fourth.
Buckner with Dunn on him. Minute and 50 seconds to go. McHale running hook. Rebound Buckner.
Nice play.
He gets great position on the weak side. You know, he does it all the time.
Knew he wouldn't have enough time to come down with it, too, and shot it while he was still up in the air. Hung just a little bit longer than he normally might.
Vanderway with a minute and 30 seconds to go. McKinney swoops open. 122 to 110. A minute and 27 seconds left to play in the game. Celtics have come all the way back from a 17-point deficit to take what is now a 12-point lead. Kevin McHale, left-handed hook, and it won't drop for him. The ball is picked off by McKinney. Billy McKinney all the way through the middle, took a couple of steps. Now Gondrzak, Rich Kelly, partially blocked and not tipped in, and McHale gets the rebound to Bird. Got Henderson there, pull up by Bird. No, Gondrzak. Another rebound to the hands of Bird.
For a team that runs as much as Denver does, I tell you, the big man, they're so tired, and Kelly can just about, get up and down the floor at this point. So,
Buckner trying to pass it off to McHale. They go down to Vanderway, who lays it in with 18 seconds to go. 122 to 112. Henderson in the backcourt is fouled by Kiki Vanderway. And it'll send Gerald Henderson to the line, who Gerald for the second game in a row has played very, very well. And he had that spectacular defensive play where he stole a pass, inbounds pass, leaped in the air, while in the air controlled the ball and passed it back out to M.L. Carr, who laid it in, which was one of the spectacular plays of the third quarter rush.
It certainly kept the momentum going, or
Boy.
helped, I'll tell you. But in an effort, like they've just put forth here, really, it was triggered. Obviously, Larry Bird had a lot to do with it, as you mentioned, Henderson, but 5 men have got to do
Defense.
it. In other words, when you're talking defense, 1 or 2 or 3 guys can carry the load offensively and really get the hot hands. But defensively, 5 guys have got to be doing it. When you're playing attack the ball and deny outlets, if you've got one guy taking it easy,
Gerald Henderson hits one at the buzzer, and the Celtics win it by 14 points. They were down by 17, and the crowd gives them a standing O for just a wild comeback here at Boston Garden this evening. So the Celtics increase their record to 18-4 now after 22 games. Final score at Boston Garden: the Celtics 126 and the Denver Nuggets 112.